Hi there, my name is Christy Fong. I work at the University of British Columbia in the Arts Instructional Support and Information Technology unit. I currently work as a programmer and quality assurance analyst. I started in Canadian literature in 2012 as their editorial assistant, and I was there for about a year. I left for exchange, came back as their communications assistant. I did that for about 2 years, and then I became their web and communications coordinator, right up until I left another 2 years later. So the full time I was at CanLit was about 5 years, 5.5 years. It was very long, but the time really flew by. I grew so much over my role at CanLit. When I first started, I was so shy and so awkward. And honestly, working in such a supportive and wonderful team has given me a lot of professional confidence, even personal confidence too, because the team is so great. The team is genuinely so caring and so hardworking and dedicated that it gave me a model for what kind of professional I wanted to be. A really great project I got to do was an interview with Lee, who wrote the seminal novel on Chinese Canadians in Vancouver's Chinatown. The novel is called Disappearing Moon Cafe, and it was such an experience getting to talk to her in person because she very rarely does interviews at this stage in her life. And not only did we get to do that, we took her interview transcript and we worked with UBC Studios to take video spheres of Chinatown, places that were actually described in the novel, and we created this online field trip based on those excerpts and those interviews because the book was going through a second reprint, and it was such a fabulous way to connect both my academic interest as a literary scholar, but also my professional interest as a programmer and computer developer. So being able to bridge both of those things really only could have happened at CanLit, and to be honest, I haven't done anything that cool again since then. Right before I left, I worked on a really big web renewal for Canadian literature, which changed the homepage, the color scheme, and the elements that are on the homepage in collaboration with the editors and the managing editor and a bunch of other stakeholders. And that was really enlightening because I felt like I got to lead a lot of the question asking and a lot of the development behind that. And as a junior dev, it's not something I would have been able to do in any other company, but definitely at CanLit they were very encouraging towards that. Even for my first year at CanLit, when I was an editorial assistant, I developed such a strong relationship with all the editors that worked there. CanLit really showed me the other side of being a professor at a university, the work that's involved, what it means to be an academic, the logistics of publishing and all of that. And actually the editor-in-chief, when I first started, she became my second reader for my honors thesis. And it turned out that she was actually the supervisor for my primary supervisor. So there are just two generations of us sitting there talking about research, and that wouldn't have happened if it weren't for Canadian literature. To the future students, I would really say make the most of your time at CanLit because it's such a unique opportunity to bridge both your passions and where you want to grow it as a professional. There are very few places that will let you do that the way it happens at CanLit. For me, the most meaningful part of working at CanLit was being able to take that practical experience of working at a journal and also the academic explorations and applying it to my own life and constantly asking questions about myself. What do I want to do? What am I learning? What do I want to do next? Because this position encourages that kind of growth so well, and it's a shame not to use it to its maximum potential. I have really benefited from the CanLit Student Award, I think, because without it, I don't think I would have had the privilege of growing as much as I did, both academically and professionally. I don't think I could have graduated without it. So I'm the first person in my family to go to higher education. So being here is truly a privilege for me, and being able to do the work that I did through CanLit has been such a rewarding experience. And the student award really gave me a chance to focus on my academics without worrying about the logistics of living in Vancouver. I had a way to offset my tuition, but also learn and work and build professional experience in a really encouraging environment. So yeah, I'm so grateful to that award and to the fact that it exists.